Yo, what's up, everyone? We are back with some Delving Deeper solo. We're gonna jump right into it. Last we left off, I lost my entire party. RIP, I've got Rolf, Leva, and Cadet, all of whom are now part of a ghoul, like a renegade ghoul gang posse hanging out in room 10 here. The triangle murder room. Yeah, I got a whole new party rolled up. Not bringing any hirelings in, but I did mess around in Affinity and came up with this single page, like multi-character sheet, specifically kind of oriented for OD&D. And I got 6 new characters rolled up, so I'll give you a chance to pause if you want and take a peek at it. It's got everything on there. All your attributes, saving throws, AC, HP, movement speed, gold, silver, copper. Little attack matrix underneath all of the title sort of categories. Yeah, we're ready to get into it. So I will introduce the party. First off, we've got Neith, who is a female human fighter. Level 1, neutral alignment, 37. She's rocking a sword and a sling. 5 HP, 4 AC with some chain. Oh yeah, she's got chainmail, but she's got a shield, so that drops her down to 4. We've got Falrald, who is a male halfling fighter, also level 1, lawful, and 42 years old. HP 4, 4 AC, chain again with a shield. He's rocking a morning star and a hand axe. Third, we've got Ramal, who is a male dwarf fighter, level 1, lawful, age 103, 6 HP, 7 AC, not amazing, but I figured Rolf has plate armor, so I kind of want to... Yeah, none of them had gold. I kind of want to bust in there, room 10, clear up those ghouls, and grab that plate armor. Because that would be nice to have. That would drop his AC down to 3, which is really where we need it. He's got a flail and a light crossbow. Then we've got Sigram, which is a male human cleric. Level 1, lawful, age 25. 2 HP, not great. 5 AC, chainmail, no shield. He's got a morning star and a sling. And then we've got Mistar, who is a female elf fighter. Level 1, lawful, age 437. 6 HP, 5 AC, no shield, flail, and a hand axe. And then we've got Jomar, who is a male human magic user. Level 1, lawful, and age 37. 4 HP, unarmored at 9 AC, no shield, and a dagger. But does have sleep prepared, which is nice. And I think we've got 6 party members. So actually, for ghouls, I would be willing to use up a turn of Sigram to try to turn these ghouls. But I would say first, we at least need to pick off Rolf. He's got 9 HP. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, we can get into it, though. So I got this set up, and we're just going to drop in. Well, actually, let's roll really, really quickly and see if on their way over to the dungeon, starting from the abbot of Saint Agath, let's see if they encounter anyone. So we roll a d6, and on a 6 they do. They do not, so they make it to the destroyed caverns quite easily. And they enter the dungeon. And it hasn't been too long since our party was here last. Well, let's see. We're kind of going real time, aren't we? So what's it been, like 2 weeks? Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of time. So there was finally a group of a party that rolled through the Abbot. And they're like, we never heard back from the last group that went in. We will reward you handsomely if you can ascertain their whereabouts or obtain the mineral they require. That is on level 5. So, they head in. They walk down the stairs. You know, cold, kind of clammy, wet cavern opening. It's got a like a forked path. And they are, I'm gonna say they're gonna walk straight forward, and follow. I'm gonna guess like maybe there's some like imprints, boot prints, and they'll track it down. We have a dwarf, so I mean, this dwarf should understand, you know, kind of the lay of the caverns. Notice anything different, and I'll say that he does notice like fresh sort of like black like soot from the torchlight kind of coating some of the cavern walls and ceiling, and so he's like, I think someone's been this way, perhaps we should check it out. And they go forward round the corner and notice that the elevator shaft isn't present in the door or in the platform spacing, like the little area where it would be. There's no platform, and it's lowered. And I'm thinking the dwarf is just gonna say, "Why don't we let this corridor be?" And I'm gonna have them turn around. They're going to come back down. We're going to take them up to the left, sort of following a similar route here, just following the blackened areas of the cavern, and they'll round through and notice a door to their right, and I'm going to see. Let's see here. I'm going to roll a d6. So listening at doors, they need a 5. I think everyone needs a 5 or a 6. Right? Let me double check really super quickly. I've got my cheat sheet here. So we've got listening at a... Oh yeah, so a dwarf, elf, or a halfling get a 5 or a 6. So we're good on that. And I think we're just gonna listen. We'll see what happens. A 3. They don't hear anything. And this is the part where it's like I know what's in there, which is a fuck ton of giant beetles. So this is the tricky part on how we go about this. And I think we're going to roll a percentage. I'm going to take into account, we would use maybe Mythic right here. Wait, as a matter of fact, let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So we've got a dwarf with us. They're explicitly following the he's explicitly following the smoke, the blackened area along the cavern. So I'm going to say it's unlikely, and we'll just go unlikely just out of 5. It's unlikely that he is going, whether or not they... So how are we going to ask this? It's unlikely that they will be able to convince him, the dwarf, who's kind of heading this up, to take a detour to this room on the right when he knows visibly he can follow where the soot is leading. And it isn't leading through this door. So we're going to roll unlikely. So we need a 35 or lower for it to be a yes. That is an 81. Okay, so they're not doing it. They're not doing it. I'm going to set this over here for now, just in case we need it. And I just realized we need our marching order. And I'm going to say that is 1 dungeon turn. So we'll keep the same mark. RIP to the last party. And what's our marching order? Let's see. We want to keep the cleric and the magic user toward the middle. Yeah, goddamn, definitely. So I'll say maybe Ramal, or no. What we got here? Maybe Neath is in the front, and then Ramal, and then Falralt. No, we'll do Jomar, the magic user, and Sigram. And then we'll do Mistar and Falralt. No, Falralt, then Mistar. No, Mistar, then Falralt. Oops, Falralt, not Falralf. R.I.P. Rolf. You're sorely missed. I gotta erase that real quick, though. Cool. So we got that taken care of. Neath is a fighter. Ramal. Jomar is a MU. Seagram is a cleric. Mistar is an elf fighter. And then a halfling. Or a hobbit fighter, if you will. Cool. All right, we got the marching order. So they are not going to go into this door to the right. Sorry, we had to do a little bit of housekeeping right there. And they're going to keep following this path. So they're going to head through corridor 2. And they are noticing, and Ramal is noticing the soot, the blackened soot, enters through this door where the doorway sort of... Oh, I should have rolled at that door. Hold on, let's slow our roll here. It's been a dungeon turn. We need to roll for wandering monsters. That's why I did the marching order. Okay, they don't encounter anything. And they should have rolled for that door. We're not going to make them do it. There wasn't an encounter in here. And let's see here. Yeah, so they notice, like, as they approach the entrance to the north of room 10, they notice that, like, the threshold where the door's at, like, it's very black, kind of burnt from the torches going through. Kind of charred the, when you've got 3 people coming through with torches, it's just, like, sort of singed the frame of the door. And Ramal lets the group know, like, I think we've got a lead. I think they might be in here. So they are going to listen at the door. Five or six. Nice. Okay. So they do hear shuffling. And let's see here. How do they want to do this? Yeah, there's not really another way through. There's a long route through. So they hear shuffling in there. And they're not entirely sure that they want to just bust in. So they can't be surprised. They can't be surprised, at least. Which is kind of nice. So it would be equal footing. They would just be rolling initiative, which doesn't necessarily put them at an advantage. So I'm gonna put it to a vote. We'll do 50-50. 50 and under is Ramal's vote to go around to see if there's a way around. And 51 and above, everyone says, "Come on, we know they're in there. Let's just open the door." 49. Okay, we're going around. We are going around. All right, so they're heading through the corridor 12. They get to this door at the end. The entrance, like the northeast entrance inside of room 9. We'll have them listen at the door. Well, I don't even know what's in this room. We'll have them listen at the door. Well, we should roll what's in this room first. Okay. Let's see here. All my paperwork here. So inside of room 9, what do we got here? We need to roll a 2d6 to figure out what kind of random dungeon location it is. We got ourselves a 6. Empty room. Okay. All right. Let's see. They listen at the door. They get a 3. Does not provide them with any they don't hear any discernible noises. So I'm gonna say they gotta pry the door open or bust through the door. So let's roll a d6, a 2. It takes them a minute, but they're able to just brute force it and just like pile on, push the door off of, like out of its wedged position, sort of smashes against the door or the wall inside of room 9. So they are in here now. They see a wide open space, like the largest that they've been in so far. The corners of the room are like cut at an angle, so you kind of get the impression this like almost like an emerald shaped room, but they know just by sort of following the contour of the walls, they know that the room that they didn't want to go into right off the bat, the triangle room, the room where they think the last party's in, they can follow the contour of this wall. And so they follow the wall, follow this curve down, and they get to a door to the south of pretty much right where they entered. And I think they all unanimously agree, like, this could potentially get us out of here. So, I'm going to roll to see what room 7 is. Wait, I should keep a note of this, though, shouldn't I? Anything that's not an encounter, maybe, I can put down here. So, room 1, entrance, 2, corridor, or not, well, I mean, 2 is a corridor, but 12 is a corridor, and 13, ghouls, no, 13 is beetles. Then we've got 10. That's ghouls. 9. Empty. And now for 7, let's figure out what we got here. Whoa, a 10. A 10 on our room generation. Ooh, treasure guarded by a monster. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. What are we working with? We've got dungeon level. So we're on a D6. And we're on level 1. A 6? Okay. Let's see here. We'll say treasure. And... Alright, now we roll a d20 to figure out what is in this room. So we are going to be rolling on the 3rd dungeon encounter table. So that is this one here. We're going to roll a d20. A 1. Apes. Okay. Now, do I have... How are we doing this? Was I just looking this up in here? I'm pretty sure I was. Let's look at delving deeper. Yeah, because I think that's why I bookmarked this. So, apes. Number appearing, 1 to 8. Can't be in a layer. AC 6. HD 4+1. Okay. They are neutral. And I feel like they are intelligent. So I am going to roll for a reaction. Either way. But, so let's see here. We've got a 1 through 8. Apes in... What room is this? 7? 1 through 8. So we need an 8-sided die. Oh, of course it's 8. Of fucking course it's 8. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Shit. So 4 plus 1. Whew. Okay. So we roll 46 plus 1. That is brutal, dude. Here's our 46. So for the first one, oh my god, 17, 18 HP. Next one. Oh. Oh, that's a 2. Can you see it? Can you see it? Skirt. Okay. So we've got a 10, a 17, so another 18. It's unfortunate. A 6. Oh wait, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 is doable. 10, 12, 13. Less doable. I wonder what Jomar's sleep. We got to look up sleep here in a second. So that is an 11, 12, 15, 16 HP. We got a 10, 16, 19, 20. Ooh, this is the leader. Okay. 16, 22, 23. Psych, this is the leader. That's the leader. The queen of the apes. And the dude above her, that's her piece. The thing she keeps around. So we've got a 16, 17. Okay. So we know what's in there. And they haven't gone in yet. And I know we're just playing this. They don't have this information. We have this information. So we're going to play them like, you know, how a party normally would. So I'm going to have them listen at the door. Specifically Miss Star. Who's in the front? Neath. Neath's a 5 out of 6 too. So, oh no, it has to be. It has to be one of the dwarves, or the dwarf or the halfling or the elf. A 3. Okay, so they don't hear anything. Let's see. So they're gonna try to just muscle this door open. So they put their weight on it. Neath does. She's in front. Just putting her weight on it. Crack! It starts to come through. A 1, absolutely not surprising. A single person. And the door smashes open. And I don't think either party is technically surprised. But, well, I mean, our party is very surprised to see a random room full of apes. They're trying to figure out, like, they're humanoid, like, they're trying to parse, like, how they got down here, like, maybe from the forest above, like, I don't know. I mean, technically, I think there's one forest around here. A forest to the east. Maybe they found shelter. Maybe there's something going on in the forest they don't know about, but they're here, and they're in this room, and they've got, you know, bugs and carapaces and things that they're, like, they've eaten over time. But they're huge. They're huge apes, and there's a queen and her little bitch that she keeps around. And we're going to roll a loyalty check. So, yeah, hold on. What do you do for a reaction check? I need to look at this. Because I've never rolled one before. I'm assuming it is a loyalty. Okay. Or not. No, we want a reaction. Sorry. I think I have it on the next page, perchance. Maybe I don't. Reaction? Huh. I might have to look this one up. Because I don't think I have it. Unless it's on here. Reaction? It isn't. So, I'm going to have to look this up real super quick. I want to say it's just a D20, but I could be wrong. Go to table of contents. 23. Okay, reaction and morale checks. When required, reaction and morale checks are made by the referee with a throw of 2 6-sided dice and are adjusted for loyalty. A high result indicates a positive reaction or good morale, and a low result indicates a negative reaction or poor morale. Okay. So what's considered a high morale? What's, yeah, like high being, I don't know. I don't know what they would consider high. Like an 11 or a 12 maybe? Or is it like above half sort of deal? We'll gut check it. So who do I want to, not loyalty, who do I want to do this? Wow, no one. We have some negatives to reactions. We don't have a single positive. This group did not roll well charisma wise. Okay. We'll play it by ear. That's a 6. I'm going to say that is bottom. That's bottom. That's like bottom tier. So, yeah, that's not going to work for them. Okay. Well, time to roll for initiative. So, we are the white, and they are the red die. Come on, baby. Oh, boy. Okay, well, this could be rough. Maybe they just won't hit anyone. Okay, we'll do damage. I'll keep track of damage over here, maybe. Damn, bro. Okay. So what is their... The apes... AC. What's there to hit? Oh, they're 4 HD creatures. Uh-oh. Monster hit die. Shit. They do not have to roll very high. Okay. Do I have the combat matrix over here? Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Keep it here. So they're this route right here. Yoinks. Okay. So the apes are going to go first. We've got the first ape is going to rush, pounding its chest like it's going to rush Neath, who is standing just inside the doorway, like recovering from having pushed this door in, regaining her balance. And she just looks up like, oh, fuck. And this thing's rushing her. And it is going to... So it needs to... What is her... Her AC is a 4. It needs to roll... An 11 or above. Right. Okay, it does. So it does roll an 11... and above. It rolled a 13. So it's going to roll for damage. Neat's got 5 HP. Does 1 damage. So Neith's got 4 HP left. The next one in line is going to rush Ramal, the dwarf fighter, who's standing there like, fucking come at me. He's got his flail, and he's ready. And he's got an AC of 7. So, oh my god, needs to roll an 8 or above. A 16. Let's see what happens. A 4. Okay, Ramal has got 2 HP left. Whew. The next one, rushing in for Jomar, the magic user. And Jomar's got an AC of 9, which is not good. So this thing needs to roll a 6 or above. A 13 again. Alright. Okay. It does hit. Jomar's got 4 HP. 3. Oh boy. Okay. So Jomar's got 1 HP left. Next one, rushing for Sigram, which is the 4th. And Sigram has an AC of 5, which I think is a 10. No. Yeah, it is a 10. Okay. 13. Holy fuck. What is happening? We're cursed. All right. A 5. Sigram. Oh shit. The cleric, watching this all go down, just like praying to their god. This ape just running up to him, grabbing him, like head in hand, shoulder in the other, and just tears Sigram's head from his body and throws the body to the side. So now we've got the 5th rushing for Mistar, our female elf fighter, who has an AC of 5, so that is a 10. Okay. A 14. They have not... Okay. 6 HP. Shit. Okay. That is Mistar. Oh my god. Alright, Mistar goes down. Like, head just like clasping her hands around her head, watching Sigram get just dismembered that way. She just can't comprehend it, and from the side of her, outside of her like peripheral vision, you just see this like hairy arm just like gigantic just clock the side of her head, and it's hard enough to just like her brain slams against the side of her skull and she's out. That she gets essentially trampled by the chaos. Okay. The 6th one, the beta is gonna rush in for Falralt, who has an AC of 4, which is an 11. An 18. Wow. Okay. And that's a 5. Falralt has 4 HP. Boom. Alright. That is the end of Falralt. So we've got the Queen. The Queen steps up, sort of like pushing through the carnage, like moving everyone out of the way, looks Neith up and down, and then attempts to swing. Not swing, but like leap on top of her. Okay, that's a 9, and I think Neith has an AC of 4, which I think they needed an 11 for. Yeah, okay. So she's able to move out of the way, like, pretty deftly. Oh my god. Okay. And then the last one. Gunning for Ramal. And Ramal has an AC of 7. Oh my god. So they need an 8 or above. That's so terrible. An 18. Uh-oh, buddy. A 3. Fuck. Yeah, the last one, like, grabs one of Ramal's arms, pushing against his chest, tears it off, and then just begins to, like, sort of crush, like, grabs onto his throat, crushes his esophagus and trachea, just, like, gurgling, and Ramal falls to the ground. Neith and Jomar just staring at each other like, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're gonna die in here. I do need to look up what sleep does, because that is probably gonna have to happen. Affects 1 or 4 to 14 creatures. I do not get that. Duration 3 to 18 turns. Range 24. Causes 4 to 14 normal types or 1 heroic type. Let's look real quick to make sure that's what these are. All man types. Orcs, pixies. Oh, fuck. Are these technically heroic types? Heroic types include all man types of heroic stature and all monsters that represent a heroic threat. Collectively, these are all creatures with 3 or more hit dice, but fewer than 7. That would... Cavemen. Yeah, I mean... I would say... Shit. Yeah, dude. These are fucking heroic man types. Whew. Okay. Let's see here. Oh my god. Causes 4 to 14 normal types or 1 heroic type with up to 4 plus 1 hit dice to fall into a fitful slumber. The magic is indiscriminate and must affect the indicated number of creatures beginning with those nearest the target. The magic affects only creatures that normally sleep, but no saving throw is allowed. Fuck. Dude, okay. Yeah. We at least gotta try it. So, it affects... So there's no saving throw, so we can just use it. Okay, we gotta just do it. We gotta do it and hope we win initiative. So Jomar is gonna start it off, cast sleep, and essentially put the queen to sleep. You can see the rage in her eyes as she's staring Jomar down, watching him finish his incantation, and her eyes grow heavy, and she just hits the floor. And now Neith is up. Shit. And I think Neith is going to just fire off a sling. She's going to grab a stone and just like fling that shit at the one the one closest to her, the one with 18. So she's got a +1 to hit with missiles. So she's a level 1 fighter. And these are what AC are these? 6, I think. Yeah. So 6 AC. We need a 12 or above. All right. 12 or above, an 11 or above, because we have an 11 to hit, or a +1. A 13! So many 13s have been rolled. Okay. Firing a stone. That's a 2. I'm going to say... The stone barely does anything. It's an act of desperation, but Neith is able to fling a stone and it just ricochets off of this ape's shoulder, just pissing it off more. And now we roll for initiative. Let's see, who do we got left? Damn, man, I can't believe we lost that. So, Ramal's dead. Falleralt's dead. Neith and Jomar are the only ones. Okay, fuck. So brutal. Time to roll initiative. You know the drill. We're the white dice. They're the red dice. Oh, this is it, dude. We're donezo. Okay. Well, Neith is the first one to get attacked by the one she hit with the stone. And she's got 4 HP left, an AC of 4, so I think they need an 11. Yep. A 4, they miss. Okay. The next one's going to go for... It's going to go for Neith again, I think, just being closest. She's at the front of the line. And an 11. A 10 also misses. Okay, the third one is going to go for Jomar, who has an AC of 9, and that is a 6. Ooh, that's a 15. Jomar's got 1, so this is a 3. Shit. Oh yeah, Jomar just like eyes filled with terror watching this thing come through, and it just picks him up whole body and just snaps him like a fucking twig. And that's Jomar. Okay. Now for the rest, that was the third. The fourth needs an 11 or above. That's money. That's 1 damage. Alright, Neith's got 3 left. Fifth. That's a 13. That's a 4. Neith, you done. You done. Yoinks. Shit, they go quick. Okay. Actually, this is going to be awake by the time we get back to this room. So let's see here. That was 723 HP. All right. Yeah. That's the party, dude. We're going to come back. Okay, so this was the second time. I think I am going to allow for hirelings. I think the people at the Abbot of... Not the Abbot. The... What the fuck's it called? What's it called? Yeah, the Abbey of St. Agatha. I think they're starting to get worried that they're losing people at this rate. So I am going to allow hirelings. And I'll do another party of 6, and I'll allow our lowest hireling rate. So like I have it down here. Max hirelings 2. Let's say this person out of this whole list, I would allow for 2 hirelings probably. Well, I don't know. No, I'll allow for max, because this is pretty hard. Yeah, so we've got a couple rooms mapped, and we know what's in there. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think we got to come back with more tenacity, vigor, like the fire in our blood, and we've got to take back. We gotta recover these bodies, the ones that didn't get snapped in half or eaten or trampled. Well, they might not be recoverable, but we're gonna get their giblets back no matter what. But thanks for watching, y'all. We'll eventually... This is a meat grinder. It's OD&D. It's fucking... It is lethal and it is brutal. But we can do this. I know we can. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Peace.